We in here.
Let's do it.
What's up? We've been waiting for a while, but we right back at you guys. 2-minute warning. Overtime. We got Reggie.
Let's do it.
Nick. We got the rest of the hosts of the Fury for the
Let's go, baby.
It's the long-awaited debates. Now, how the debate's going to work? We got Reggie on the left corner. We got Nick on the right corner. And I'm going to give them 2 minutes each to lay out their points, to deduce their case on their debate.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get, with Eli and Romo. After each of them have their 2 minutes, then the brawl's going to start. They're going to go back and forth with each other. We want heat. We want fire. We want blood. There's no bromance in here. Heard? There's no romance. Blood.
Let's go.
That being said, let the debates begin. Now,
You ready? We ready?
You ready? Now,
We ready.
everybody
Start that clock.
Episode 4, Reggie. Reggie's going first. Now, Reggie,
Give me the thumbs
go.
up. Give me the thumbs up. All right. So let me just first say Tony Romo is on pace to finish top 10 ever in terms of yards and touchdowns. But since he became a starter in 2006, he has a better completion percentage than Eli, more touchdowns, less interceptions. He has a better NFL QB rating, a better ESPN NFL QB rating, and that's the regular season. In the playoffs, Romo has a better completion percentage and a better touchdown-interception ratio than Eli Manning, okay? He has, since 2006, since he became a starter, he has more fourth-quarter comebacks. Fox Sports says he has the highest fourth-quarter QB rating of all time, okay? Fox Sports also says in the final 2 minutes of the game, Romo has the best QB rating of active quarterbacks, so he's clutch. In one-score games, he's second to only Aaron Rodgers in terms of touchdowns and completion percentage and QB ratings. So in every statistic you can even count, Romo is better, and he did all of that with a worse QB line since he became a starter, as he was sacked way more times than Eli has. So not only has he done more with less, he's done more. Like Jay-Z said, men and women lie, numbers don't. So got time?
Okay, wow. You still had like 30 seconds left, bro.
That's talking a little fast, all right.
But you yield the floor. I got you. Okay.
So numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. No, they
And
don't.
also, I got 10 seconds left, and he also led the Cowboys to a better winning percentage than Eli has, so he also wins more often.
All right. Okay. Now, we heard Reggie's side of the story. Nick. Unmute yourself. You're still muted, Nick. Nick, you're still muted.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
All right. Let me know when to go, when the clock starts.
And the clock starts right now.
First thing first, Reggie, you're wrong. They both have the same exact completion rating in the playoff. It's 61, so check your facts there. So anybody could sit here and throw out, all their regular season stats. All you're talking about is stats. What really matters? They're both $100 million QBs. There's only a few of those in the league. Ben, Tom, Breeze, Eli, who else? Flacco, and Romo. Every single one of them have something in common except for Romo. They all won championships. They all led their teams. When they get a franchise QB, you build your team around him, and they've done that multiple times. And guess what? He's had just good players as the Giants, and I can go on and forever for that. But let's look at this. Let's look at better stats. Since 2006, both quarterbacks have been to the playoffs 4 times. In 2006, on the game-winning drive for the field goal, what did Romo do? He bobbled the snap, and they lost, okay? In 2007, against the New York Giants, the year we won the Super Bowl. All right, let's take a look at that real quick. On the final drive of the game, what does Tony Romo do to win the game? He throws an interception on the Giants' 48 to win the game, okay? What was his completion percentage? 50%. They had 154 rushing yards, okay? Tony Romo was absolutely terrible. Eli Manning was almost perfect that game, 12 of 18, 2 TDs. Eli Manning was sacked 3 times. Tony Romo was only sacked twice that game, okay? So let's take a look. For that season, Eli Manning only had a 73 QB rating for the entire season. 2009 playoffs against Minnesota Vikings. They lost 34-3, okay? Against Brett Favre, coming out of retire at 40 years old. They lost 34-3. Brett Favre threw 4 TDs. Guess how many Tony Romo threw? 0. He had 0. 3 turnovers. In 2014, last time he made playoffs, the best team he's ever been on in his career, finally a chance to win the Super Bowl. What did he do? He targeted the best receiver, one of the best receivers in the league, only 4 times.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, baby. I was
all right, Nick. All right. So that was the 2 rounds we had. Okay, Reg, you can unmute yourself right now.
All right.
Now, both of you go at it. I want blood.
All right, first of all, Nick, I like how you pick a couple of games out when they've both been playing for 10 years.
They're the most important games.
Eli's been better in about 2 games. Romo's been better for a decade.
He wasn't
taking a mass over it a little bit.
Terrible. Listen, when a team drafts a QB, you draft a QB to lead your team. Yeah. Every time he has a chance to lead his team.
In 2011, like you said, 2011 when the Giants won the Super Bowl, Eli Manning threw 25 interceptions.
And they won the Super Bowl.
They won. So the Giants won despite Eli.
Okay, how about this, Reggie? How about this?
Despite. Football is the ultimate team game. There's 53 people on the roster, right? Am I wrong?
We're not talking about 53.
How many people on the roster?
We're talking about someone
how many people on the roster? Teams win and lose games. QBs throw 20-plus interceptions in the season. That's what your QB does.
You can only hold Romo accountable for what Romo's done. In every game, he has a chance to lead. What does he do? How do you bobble a field goal to lead you into the playoffs?
Okay, that was 1 game. What about Eli when he first made the playoffs against the Panthers? They lost 23-0. 23-0 at Giants Stadium to the Panthers. 23-0.
They both been to the playoffs 4 times. Eli Manning has 2,500 passing yards, 17 TDs. How many does Romo have? They both have the same exact completion.
Actually, they don't have the same completion.
Yes, they do. In the playoffs, they have 61, both of them.
No, you sure about that?
Absolutely positive. They both have a 61 completion.
Somebody fact check that, because I'm pretty sure that's not correct.
17 touchdowns to 8.
Somebody please fact check that.
He blows it. He blows it. And another thing, you want to talk about fourth quarter. Let's talk about the first quarter. In the first 12 minutes of the fourth quarter, he has a QB rating of 80. He's one of the worst QBs. Look it up. One of the worst QBs.
There's only 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. So that would be the first 12 and the last 12 minutes of the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter. What are you talking about?
15 minutes, yeah. So now you're breaking it down minute by minute?
No, you say the last 2 minutes. What about the rest of the quarter?
Oh, clutch, that's 2-minute warning. That's the drive. That's when Romo is golden.
He's one of the worst quarterbacks when his team has a lead or he's up by more than a touchdown.
So he's the worst when his team has the lead? Is that a statistical fact? Is that a statistical fact?
Look it up.
You got statistics by that.
It doesn't matter. When you have every single franchise QB making 100+ will have the same thing. They have it. They've led. You don't see Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Every time they get to the playoffs, they're turning the ball over like a turnover machine. 3 turnovers in that game against.
Who turns it over like a turnover machine? Who turns it over like a turnover machine?
When it's all said and done, Reggie, take the names off the back. You got to spend $100 million and build a team around.
Yeah, I like it. I love that you take the names off. QBA is better than QBB in every statistical category there is.
In a regular
QBA has a better winning percentage than QBB.
You have to get
QBA has a better completion percentage and touchdown interception ratio in the playoffs. QBA is better in every way possible than QBB.
You're making stats up. He doesn't have a better completion rate in the playoffs. Eli Manning 2,500 yards in the playoffs. To Tony Romo's 1,300. 17 touchdowns. He has, 7? It's not even close. Yeah, and they've been there the same amount of time since he's been in.
Okay. Look at the percentage of touchdown to interception ratio. Tony Romo has a better ratio than Eli Manning does in the playoffs.
No. Yes, because he has a lot less touchdowns. It's simple.
Statistical fact. He has a lot less touchdowns and a lot less interceptions.
Eli Manning holds the record in the playoffs for the most fourth quarter touchdowns. He holds the record in the regular season for the most fourth quarter touchdowns in one season.
What about the other 3?
He holds
He
the
also
record.
holds the record for he also holds the record for the most fourth quarter interceptions in the regular season.
He
Look
has the
that up.
record for the most postseason road wins. That's the reason, not the Giants team. Nobody else on the team has that record except him. He's the reason the Giants.
So is nobody else in the Giants won? Just Eli.
I didn't say that. I said nobody else on the
You
team.
said so. Yes, they do. If the Giants won, everybody on that team has the record for most playoff wins in the season.
The quarterbacks.
Yes, I'm saying
$100 million to a guy who can play amazing during this regular season, but when he gets to the playoffs, he's absolutely heroic. He's terrible.
You don't get to the playoffs if you don't play good in the regular season. That's the reason Eli misses the playoffs 60% of the time.
Rusher in the league when you have a 10.
Eli misses the playoffs 60% of the time because he sucks in the regular season.
When you have the leading rusher in the league, a 10-time Pro Bowler. Do you know Jason Witten this year had the most third down receptions that moved the chains in the league? No tight end had more than him. He's a 10-time Pro Bowler. The guy, how could you not win the game? Just throw it to Jason Witten every single time.
Okay, I like it. Look at the players Eli Manning had in his career. Tiki Barber, Victor Cruz, ODB, Mario Manningham, Brandon Jacobs, as well as the best defensive line of this generation. The best defensive line of this generation.
The point is, you're not going to pay.
Eli had players around him. Eli was the weak point.
When all is said and done,
Eli was the weak point.
No, he wasn't. He was the one.
Eli was the weak point.
Tony Romo, listen, you want to talk about talent? Eli Manning took a 9-7 Giants to the Super Bowl. Beat a 15-0 team. Took a 10-6 Giants to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Tony Romo had his chance to get our 2007.
2-minute warning. Pick it up. You guys got
Tony Romo also. The year the Giants won the Super Bowl, they also had the #1 defensive line in terms of sacks per quarterback, which matched up perfectly with the pass after they did.
Number 6 total. Total defense.
I said in terms of sacks. In terms of sacks.
Number 26.
In terms of sacks. Number 1 in terms of sacks.
Tony Romo got sacked twice. Eli Manning got sacked 3 times. He was sacked.
Okay, the Giants went against the best offense ever and led him to 14 points. Eli Manning had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception in that game, 270 yards. Eli Manning played an average game.
Who was sacked more that game? Who was sacked more? Eli Manning 3 times to Tony Romo's 2. So the defensive line had absolutely nothing to do with that game.
What game are you talking about?
The defensive line didn't make Tony Romo throw that interception in the end zone when they could have been the ones getting that ring.
Okay, again, that's one game. What about Eli Manning had more postseason interceptions?
You're talking about the regular season. I'm
talking about both. I'm talking about overall both. I'm talking about both of them overall. Overall, if you count the regular season and the postseason, Tony Romo was better than in every statistical category.
Absolutely not.
Every single one.
Eli Manning has an 8-3 record to Tony Romo's 2-4. How could you even say that?
I'm talking about individual in terms of individual accomplishments.
Are you going to pay a quarterback $100 million to be 2-4 in the playoffs or 8-3? You tell me.
I'm going to pay my quarterback $100 million to do his best he can to get the team in a better position to win the championship. It's hard to do that when Eli Manning. The Giants missed the playoffs with the last 5 years because Eli Manning has played horrible. That's the reason the Giants are missing the playoffs.
We've had the worst defense for the last 3 years. Eli Manning played a lot.
You also had the worst quarterback.
All right, game over.
You also had the worst QB.
That's it.
Anybody could throw out all the stats for the regular season, man. That don't matter.
I'm talking about. I'm combining regular season and postseason.
Well,
let me jump in this.
You guys had it. That's it.
Let me jump in this real quick.
Tim, you're still muted. Bells, you're still muted. Let's go.
Yo, can I say my piece real quick?
David, you gotta
go ahead.
Right. So, Reggie, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Eli Manning has played with Odell Beckham Jr. for 1 year.
Yes.
Okay. So Eli Manning has played with Victor Cruz for 2 years because he was injured this year, so that's 2 years. How are you going to bring into the discussion that Eli's always had weapons?
He has.
No, he hasn't. He had Plaxico Burress in 2007. He had Plaxico Burress in 2007. What did he do?
Yes.
He won the Super Bowl. What did he do in 2008 with Plaxico Burress before he shot himself? He went 12-4. Plaxico Burress went to jail.
What happened in the playoffs that year? What happened in the playoffs that year?
Where did Plaxico?
One and done. One and done.
Where did Plaxico go? He went to jail.
So Plaxico was the whole team, right?
No, but Plaxico had a receiver. Eli had a receiver.
So you're trying to say a receiver was one? Plaxico is different between winning the Super Bowl and going one and done. Plaxico, he's the reason for that.
Eli had a weapon. Eli had somebody.
Okay, no. I'm just asking. I just want to be clear. I know what you're saying. So
Yeah, okay.
Plaxico Burress is the difference between winning the Super Bowl and going one and done.
Plaxico Burress was a good receiver. Yes, Plaxico Burress was the difference. Eli had a weapon.
He's the difference.
If Tony Romo didn't have Des Bryant, you think Tony Romo would be nice?
Yes. But Tony Romo was a good quarterback.
Okay, Tony Romo has had Des Bryant and Jason Witten for like what, 8 years now?
Yeah.
2 Hall of Famers.
When is the last time Eli had a consistent tight end? When is the last time Eli had a good wide receiver for more than 1 year? When is the last time Eli had a good wide receiver for more than 1 year?
Best tight end on third down in the league.
Well, hold on, Nick. When is the last time Eli's had a good receiver for more than 1 year? A good tight end for more than 1 year? A good running back for more than 1 year? Please go ahead. Ask me that. Answer me that.
When was the last time Eli Manning had a good season for more than 1 year?
When's the last time Tony Romo did?
Yeah.
Romo puts up good numbers every year. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Romo's
a really good regular season quarterback.
Amazing.
No. I'm talking about overall, regular season and postseason. Break it down.
Overall, okay.
Tuesday games, Thursday game. I'm talking overall.
Okay, overall. Let's look at overall. Okay, you talk about Eli missing the playoffs consistently. Romo hasn't made the playoffs before this year since 2009.
Romo made the playoffs last year, actually.
I said before this year. He hasn't.
Before this year?
Yeah, before this past year. Romo's missed the playoffs for 5 straight years before 2014.
All right.
What did Eli do before 2014? It was a catch. It was a catch.
2011.
Romo would have a ring right now, I must say.
Can I say something?
Tim's go. It's Tim's turn. Let's go.
Can I say something? Listen, I am dying to talk. I got my microphone right here, solid gold mic, ready for this quarter right here. Now I'm gonna tell you Giant fans one thing. First of all, you guys were not Giant fans in 2007. All you guys hated Eli Manning. Stop lying to yourself. Understand this. When Eli Manning was almost booted out the league, you guys did not want. Excuse me. Whatever was where he was out the league, you guys didn't want him. Second of all, again, Romo is the reason why every time he had to put a point because we had no defense. Now, granted, I'm not going to come out and say that Eli Manning is garbage. I respect the man. If I got to say who has a better resume right now, I'm going to give it to Eli Manning because he has the chips. But Romo has great stats. Romo's playing by himself. And I'm going to tell you this right now. So, what about your defense? Wait a minute. What about your defense? What about your defense? You forgot about Strahan? Also, you Menorah? The great defense you had? The last call defense? Let me ask you this. See, what you got to understand is quarterbacks don't play the quarterback. They don't play safety. They don't play linebacker. They don't play defensive line. Romo freaking constantly got to put points on the board to keep up against the other teams. Eli had to do that every game. He had to do that every game. He had to go 5 interceptions in a game.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to stand for you. I got to stand for you. How about this? Look up how many short yardage field that Eli Manning had to go to throw a touchdown. How many times? Because the defense either created a turnover, a fumble, or whatever. Eli Manning was short term. Now that's the reason why. Romo every game has to go 100 yards down the field because his defense cannot do anything. 07, yes, that was his time to win. Eli got that. Last year was a different Romo. Why? Because finally the organization woke up, gave him an offensive line, gave him the running game. And another thing, we didn't have Des Bryant for 8 years. Do your math. 4 years. 4 years. 4 years.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta say something.
Hold on, Bills. Let's go.
I gotta chime in here, man. I want to be the voice of reason. Y'all doing a lot of yelling. But let me break it down for you like this. I'm gonna put it in terms maybe a baseball fan can understand. Now take the personalities of the people, throw them out the window. Take the personas of both players and throw them out the window. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Tony Romo is the equivalent of Alex Rodriguez, and Eli Manning is the equivalent of Derek Jeter. When the lights shine the brightest and the big game and the big spot comes to play, Derek Jeter always shines. Who's got the better numbers? Who's got the better stats? It's A-Rod. Who's the better player? It's probably A-Rod, and it's probably Tony Romo. But in the biggest spot, I'll take Derek Jeter any day, and I'll take Eli Manning any day.
Yeah,
Bells, can I ask a question, Bells? There was a comment made. I don't know. Go ahead, Dom.
See, statistically, Romo is better in the biggest spot. That's what I'm telling you. You guys watch too much ESPN, you read too much New York Times. That's New York bias. Statistically, Romo is better in bigger spots.
You're so wrong.
Numbers don't lie.
Reggie, one statistic matters, Reg. W.
Nick, can I ask you a question? You told Reggie earlier about the interception Romo threw against the Redskins in the playoff, right? Now, do you watch the? Let me ask you this. No, do we forget to watch the whole game? Because if I recall, RG3 had one leg, and you mean to tell me we had a Hall of Fame linebacker, DeMarcus Ware, we had a decent defense against a one-legged quarterback. So I mean, let's keep it real. Where was the defense at?
What are you talking about?
You said the last minute interception in the last game of the season. That was the Redskins game.
Did they even play the Redskins in the playoffs?
You said the last game of the season. Did you say last game of the season?
No, I said in the playoffs.
Oh,
Yo, Tim, he talks about the game against the Giants. Last game of the season.
On the fourth quarter, on the Giants' 48 to win a game, he threw an interception with a.
Okay. Hold on. Now I want you to stay there, Nick. Did you watch before you answer? Did you watch the whole game? I want you to think for a minute. Did you watch that whole game? Do you remember that whole game? Okay. If you remember the whole game, what happened in the series before that?
There was.
I want you to tell me the series before that.
The Giants punted the ball.
What was the series before that?
The Giants punted the ball.
Okay. Before the Giants punted the ball, what happened? What happened? Is a point play that happened that game. They were 20 to deliver a fucking 60-yard pass to Patrick Clayton with nobody behind. Patrick Clayton, what did he do? Drop the ball. Now, mind you, the ball was in his hand. Is that Romo's fault? Did this guy drop the ball? Now he caught that ball, 60-yard touchdown, game over. What did he do? It forces Romo to what? Comeback win. I don't count comeback wins against you when if the right plays happened the series before that play, it would have led to that. How many times does Eli Manning have to go to a game winner every game? Not more than Romo. Every game Romo was like that. Last year was his first year that Romo had a game where it was running consistent, and when the running game wasn't there, he had the passing game. Romo has had more pressure on the Dallas Cowboys than Eli Manning's had. I gotta keep that real.
Can I jump in real quick?
He won with a 9-7 team and a 10-16. He didn't win with this great 12-4 team like Romo had. What do you mean? Every single loss. You guys had 5 losses this year, and all 5 losses, Des Bryant had 4 or less receptions.
Can I jump in real quick? Hold up 1 second. Hold up. Let me read you these stats real quick. Week 17 in 2012, 20 of 37, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with a 55.9% rating. That was Tony Romo coming up big for the Dallas Cowboys to lose the division. Am I correct?
What about against the Minnesota Vikings?
Three straight years.
See, again, okay. Hold on. Nick.
I've been quiet. I've been quiet. 2011, 2012, 2013. 3 straight years the Cowboys had a chance to win that division. What happened? They blew it. 2 years ago.
What was the reason why? Dom? What was the reason why?
2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Those were Romo's numbers. That's clutch for you? That's clutch?
Oh my God.
2013, where was Romo? 2013, where was Romo week 17? He was hurt on the bench again. He wasn't playing.
Okay.
Why? Where was the offensive line? Well, where was the offensive line? Are we forgetting that quarterback play one position and that offensive line, defense all come to play? We're forgetting this.
Tony Romo.
Oh my God! Okay. So that means every mobile quarterback does not get hurt. Every mobile quarterback. Look at RG3. Look at RG3. Look at RG3.
You consider him a mobile quarterback?
Dom, hold up. Dom. No. The division is not won in week 17. The division is what week 1 through 17. Eli played like crap the whole season. That's losing the division for the Giants. Throwing 5 interceptions in a week 8 game that knocks you out the playoffs is just as bad as the performing Portland week 17.
No. You have 3 straight. You have 3
trying to break it down week by week. He performed poorly on a Wednesday night at 11 p.m. during the full moon. Overall, Tony Romo is a much better quarterback than Eli Manning. Overall,
that's not a fact. That's your opinion.
Straight years.
No, that's a fact. The numbers agree with me. The numbers agree with me. The numbers don't lie.
Let me say something. I want to talk now because you guys keep interrupting. Listen, if I told you I had 2 QBs, I had one that's going to play amazing during the regular season, okay? We're going to build the team around and give him $100 million. He's going to go to the playoffs. He's going to play terrible every single time. One time he played good, and guess what? The one time he played good, he threw 19 times, only 4 times towards his best receiver, a future Hall of Fame receiver. Or if I told you had a quarterback who's going to play mediocre and have some good games in the regular season, but when you get to that postseason, he's going to break records.
But Nick, no. 60% of the time, Eli Manning sucks in the postseason.
But we got to wrap
60% of the time, Eli sucks in the postseason. Let's not act like he's
All right.
You know what's bad? I give Eli Manning so much props, but for different reasons. You guys act like this man plays every position on the team, and he wins every game. I mean, my God. Listen.
Consistent weapons throughout his career.
Tony Romo, Tony Romo. Oh my God, Tony Romo's a better quarterback, but I give it Eli has a better resume right now because he has the chips. But my God.
All right. This is gonna go on forever. This is gonna go on forever.
Resume, but not a better quarterback. Come on, man.
Tim, last thoughts. Tim.
Last thoughts. You know what? I cannot wait. Listen, we got a playing Sam in New York because I wait for the Cowboys to play the Giants, and I want to see all this excuse about Eli Manning because you know what? If he was that great in love, y'all would not let him go. Y'all would not let him go.
Reggie,
that's the test.
Can I say something real quick?
We'll come to you, Nick. We will come to you, Nick. Reggie, last thoughts.
Okay, forget about opinions. Go by numbers, which are facts. The stats are facts. Stats are used to measure players. Statistically, Tony Romo is not only better than Eli, he's much better than Eli. Statistically, much better.
All right, Nick, last thoughts.
All right. So if Tony Romo can't win with a 12-4 team, with the #1 rusher in the league, a Hall of Fame 10-time Pro Bowl tight end who had the most receptions on third down out of all tight ends, a future Hall of Fame receiver, and a top, 15-10 defense, when the hell is he going to win? That's my question. You paid him $100 million.
That's Corey.
No.
Last thoughts.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. If you tell me you have one guy that has 2 Super Bowl rings and 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and you tell me you have another guy that's doing great in the regular season, but doesn't do that well in the postseason and he can barely get there, I'm gonna go with the guy that has 2 Super Bowl MVPs all day and that hasn't missed 15 games throughout his career when Eli Manning has missed 0 games in his career. 0.
All right.
0.
Final thought.
I'll say it again. If you're asking me who the better player is, the answer is Tony Romo. If you're asking me which player I want on my team, the answer is Eli Manning, and it will be every time. And one more thing, as far as it was the job of the host to decide who won the debate. I don't know, man. I think it was pretty close.
Tony Romo's a great quarterback. But he doesn't come up in big situations when it counts.
He's amazing. He's top 4 best.
It always counts.
Wrap it up.
Listen, I can say, I can really sit here. I can sit here and say Bell made a great point. Bell made a great point. Leave it at that.
I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the best album of the year.
Yo,
That's
fuck,
you
yo, fuck,
That's corny.
fuck is
That's corny.